Good morning, Zio here. And today we go back to the wizarding world of Harry Potter and talk about Hogwarts Legacy because there's so much that has gone on with it that I can't make 15,000 different videos, so we're just going to cram it all into one and be done with it, hopefully. Anyway, as of today, I think is the official launch of the game for everybody else who didn't have the pre-order and all that other stuff. So grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? But as we already know, apparently Hogwarts Legacy has broken Twitch records amid streaming boycott, probably because there wasn't really a streaming boycott. Anyway, it's just a bunch of bullies trying to get people to boycott, and it didn't happen. Anyway, so let's continue, shall we? There is a website, of course, that was targeting streamers who were playing Hogwarts Legacy. It was playing that wizard game or something.com, something weird like that. Anyway, so it was sitting there, have they streamed that wizard game, right? So it was keeping track of anyone who was who's played Hogwarts Legacy, so people can, find out who they are. Makes it easier for them to harass, that sort of thing. In fact, there was also a US senator apparently who was like all for this, because why the fudge not? Anyway, yeah, she does not need to be in office. But yeah. But yeah, so that happened. It also, of course, went down shortly after. I think it was like a day after it launched. It was taken down by the owner themselves, so apparently they decided maybe this was a bad idea and decided they wanted to distance themselves from it. But on top of that, we have a Twitch streamer who has now paused streams due to Hogwarts Legacy ads because, ooh, the ads. Anyway, apparently this is somebody who is in one of those ambassadors, Twitch ambassador people who we have found out apparently have absolutely zero power according to Twitch. They're just essentially there to look like Twitch cares. Yeah. Anyway, also on that hand, Twitch did a good thing for a change and decided, no, we're not going to just shut down Harry Potter Legacy. You guys are just going to have to deal with it. Anyway, so this person here, Veronica, whatever, Ripley, she decided to tweet a thing. I went to her Twitter and, well, yeah, so I'm already blocked. Yeah. So she said a thing. Can I even pull this up because I'm blocked? Yeah, I can't see it, of course. Yeah. So I can't see that without bringing it up in another way, but essentially she's harping on there are ads on Twitch. Oh my gosh, Twitch, why are there ads? I'm going to be talking to your manager as soon as possible, that sort of thing. And ads are still running on Twitch as far as I'm aware. They were this morning. I clicked on multiple streams. I did find a Hogwarts Legacy ad at some point. Anyway, aside from being blocked from somebody I've never heard of before, because I'm sure I'm on a block list somewhere at this point, this is her Twitch. So, and indeed, she has not actually streamed in the past 8 days. That was her last stream. It was ESO. I was just curious if she was sticking by her guns since she said that, and so far that seems to be the case. And then I was looking for any, like, maybe discrepancies in streams, like see if there was like a, if she was one of those who streams every, like, maybe once a month or something, but that's not the case. She does stream pretty regularly, and yeah, she's stuck to her guns, which I can commend. At least somebody does. Anyway, aside from that, let's talk about Hogwarts Legacy as a whole stuff now. So the boycott has completely and utterly failed, and these troglodytes are so butthurt that the fact that this thing has failed so miserably, they have resorted to new ways to go after people, right? They've decided that if they can't bully you from stopping or bully you into stop playing, they are now going to ruin the game for you as much as possible. No, I'm not going to include a spoiler here, so don't worry about seeing something. I'm not going to show it to you. But they have taken it upon themselves to absolutely spoil the ending of the game to anyone. Anywhere where Hogwarts Legacy is, you will find at least one post of somebody telling you exactly how things end, or in other spoiler-esque things in the comments somewhere else. Now, being on multiple forms of social media, I've been kind of keeping track every time I see Hogwarts Legacy, pretty much an ad for it, because, a lot of these things have comments under them, like Facebook, for instance. You can comment under the Hogwarts Legacy ads every time they pop up onto your feed, and trust me, there has been a plenty on there for me to look at. And you look into the comments, and it is full of Harry Potter fans who are like, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this game. Is it time for it to come out, and all this other stuff, and essentially things like that. And talking about how much they love Harry Potter, how much they can't wait to play this game, and yada, yada, yada. And then you'll find that one person, like Veronica here, not her specifically, but, somebody like her on that Hogwarts Legacy crowd, right? On that bandwagon, who will inevitably be like, J.K. Rowling, blah, 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 blah. Right. And then, of course, I have to look at it because it also has like a ton of comments underneath that particular one, where most of them don't have a whole lot of comments. So I have to open it up. And it's essentially filled with laughing emojis and pretty much people underneath of it telling whoever it is, right, to go touch grass or go do this, that, and something else. Nobody cares. Go on, and all this other stuff. And I'd love to see it. I just absolutely love to see it, because Facebook, strangely enough, is where you're going to find your normies at, right? Most normies, they're going to be on Facebook, won't be on Twitter. So you'll get the whole activist machine on Twitter churning, but when they try to translate it to the Facebooks, sure, they have their own Facebook groups and stuff where they can get all the backpats and thumbs up that they want and stuff from others who are, from their Twitter circles and stuff and whatnot. But the normies don't give a damn. They could care less about JK anything. As far as they're concerned, they enjoy Harry Potter. They're going to play it, and you can go get bent if you're going to prevent them from trying to do so. And I love to see it. I really do. There are other things. People are, they're defending it, they're not defending it, they're attacking it, things like that. That's happening all over the place, which is really funny, because I heard somebody say, and this was on a TikTok, by the way, where they were like, did you know that J.K. Rowling said something to this effect, of course, because I don't know exactly what she said, but that if you buy anything that is Harry Potter related, you tacitly endorse her views, right? And that was by far the most asinine thing I had heard yesterday when I ran across that video. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? Just because you buy something doesn't mean you endorse it. It's like, I'm pretty sure we've gone over this before. It's like, if a Ford ad plays on my video, it doesn't mean Ford endorses my views. Are you fucking stupid? Like, how dumb do you have to be? But by that logic, just so you know, if you've gotten this far into this video, you now I'm going to take that as a tacit endorsement of J.K. Rowling's views. I'm sorry. I don't make those rules. You did. Or they did anyway. But yeah, that's how I'm going to take it. So if you happen to have just watched this video, even if it was for 5 seconds, regardless of whether you made it to this mark, you're now a transphobe. Sorry. You just have to get over it. Anyway, aside from the fact that that logic is completely and utterly asinine, we've got other things where people are going on about how Hogwarts Legacy is a rushed game. Now, personally, I have not played it because, again, it's like $60-$70. I ain't got the money for that right now. I got other things I'm trying to have to pay for and do. But, yeah, I have watched it and other things, and it seems really great. Doesn't seem like it's a rushed title at all. Like, not even close to a rushed title. It is completely finished, opening, middle, and end. you know, it's running smooth. Sure, there are some issues here and there on the PC side, but that usually happens when it comes to the PC side, just due to the fact that we're all running multiple different specs and trying to find that sweet spot in our hardware and software sometimes takes a little bit of back and forth. But that's a PC problem, right? And you know, somebody will bring that up and be like, "Ah, it's a rush title," and it's just like it's not. And then what's funny is if you mention anything about it or say that it isn't, everybody's first thing apparently is to come back and say, "Oh, well, what about Cyberpunk 2077?" And that is like a completely different beast, in my opinion. When it comes down to it, Cyberpunk 2077 had like a 9, almost 10-year development cycle. It was made for multiple generations of consoles, which it shouldn't have been. It was pushing the hardware to its absolute limit with what it was working with. The scale of the game was way grander than Hogwarts Legacy, and the developers themselves said it wasn't ready. Right? And then they pushed it out the door. That was a rushed game. Its scope was so huge that it was never going to be ready anytime soon, and they shoved it out the door, and the developers said as much, right? And with its being on such a grand scale, that did become a rushed game. However, Legacy is not a rushed game, or at least it doesn't seem like a rushed game at all. There's no game-breaking glitches. It, I don't know, works right for everything it came out for. It wasn't developed for last-gen consoles and then trying to dumb it down for it. Now, it is, however, being developed for the Switch as well, which is why the Switch release date has been pushed into, I think it's March, because they have to optimize it for the Switch. See, with the current iteration, they just had to really optimize it for the PlayStation and the Xbox and PC, which you can do kind of similar to one another because they're going to run similarly in specs. And that's way easier than trying to do that. Then also on top of that, trying to optimize it and set it up for, say, the PS4 and the Xbox, you know, the previous Xbox generation, as well as trying to develop it for the Switch and all this stuff, and then trying to push all ports out at the same time. That is a completely different beast. So, you know, they're not the same. Sorry. That argument falls flat on its face, if you ask me. But yeah, I think that's where we're at. That's everything we've gotten caught up to now. And I guess we'll see how today goes with the launch and how things are going. And yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. We'll talk to you later. See ya.